पास, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you, live at zero, complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ishvara is the omniscient, omnipotent and inner controller. How this was explained, and now we have to see how this is supported by the Ishvara. So, patarupena samsthanat patastattori vapur yatha sarvarupena samsthanat sarvamayam asya vapustatha. Like a cloth we have seen this yesterday. Like the cloth is supported by the thread. And therefore, every cloth is the house of the thread. And this thread is controlling the existence of the cloth. It is possible in this example to remove the thread. But Paramatma, who is supporting the whole world, therefore the whole world is where he is. So, the cloth is finite, the thread is finite. You can remove the finite thread, the finite cloth will disappear. But Paramatma is infinite, how can you remove him? See? So, patarupena samsthanat pataha tantur vapur yatha. So, the cloth is the house of the thread. Similarly, sarvarupena samsthanat, everything and being, time, space, object, things being, good, bad, changing, not changing, anything that we can think of, sarvarupena samsthanat, everything is supported by the same Ishvara. And therefore, sarvam asya vapustatha. So the whole world is the house where Ishvara is residing. This is the foundation. We have to now reflect on it. See? Tantoho sankocha vistaraha chalanadau patastatha. See? If the thread, but this is the finite example. Remember one basic thing. There is no example which can be 100% like the reality. Therefore, one word used is anupameyam. Upama means you are so beautiful, just like the spotted moon. Why have you got too many spots on your face? Something like. Because there is something else other than the face. But this ekameva dvitiya, infinite is like infinite. We have to only talk the language of negation. What is infinite? It is not finite. See? Suppose we say, what is long? We can compare. That which is not short is long, short, long, good, bad, because there are options available. This infinite being the reality, it is neither is nor not. Therefore, this example we have to understand properly. Tantoho sankocha vistaraha chalanadau padastatha. So the thread is the Ishvara and he is supporting the cloth. Now, if we remove the thread, the cloth cannot exist. This is example. Now, from this world, can we remove Paramatma or Ishvara? We cannot remove. So, what this example tells only this much, that the modifications which are seen on the surface of the cloth, they are controlled by the thread which is supporting the cloth. So, avashyameva bhavati na swatantriyam paten manat. So, the cloth which is the house where the thread is living, that cloth has no independent existence apart from the thread. If this example is clear, in the same manner, the whole world universe has no independent existence apart from the Ishvara. Now, in this example, thread can be removed from the cloth, but Paramatma cannot be removed from the world. See how beautiful it is. You know, many people, they do meditation. One of the problems they suffer is this problem. They will be sitting and then they start pulling inside. Now, discard the sense object, then go within, go to the eyes and then to the mind and go within. And they start pulling this. See, same thing with the Kundalini. And the whole body is stiffened and then, now I can see the light. And after that, headache. Now, what is the purpose? Reason. Reason is, if you take any cloth and if that cloth has got some kind of loose thread on one end. See? No example found. See, suppose I imagine this cloth has got a thread which is loose on one side, but the other side, the thread is connected. So when you pull it forcibly, what will happen? There will be a kind of accumulation of the cloth along with that, is it not? Exactly this is what happens. We are pulling from outside. Withdraw. But inside we are still holding on to the likes and dislikes and achievements and failures and the I. Then what happens? There is a kind of pulling from everything becomes accumulated. And then there is a headache. Therefore, don't do that. Never start in this wrong manner and suffer throughout life. So, the thread is the Ishvara and the cloth is the house. Ishvara is the Ishvara and the world is his house. Therefore, where in the cloth the thread is not, similarly, where in the world the God is not, Ishvara is not. After having made it clear, now, tatha antaryami atra yatra yaya vasanaya yatha vikriyeta tatha avashyam bhavatyevana samshaya. Now, similarly, I am antaryami, Ishvara is the inner controller. Then yaya vasanaya yatha vikriyet. Whatever are the impressions on the mind, love, hatred, confusion, anger, whatever are the impressions on the mind, yaya vasanaya yatha vikriyet. As the vasanas are moving or changing, vikriyet, tatha avashyam eva bhavati. That happens because the thread is supporting every part of the cloth in the same manner. Paramatma is supporting every thought. Love supported by the same Ishvara. Hatred supported by the same Ishvara. Liking supported by the same Ishvara. Disliking supported by the same Ishvara. See? And therefore, responsibility of the seeker is what? We have to clean our mind. And when the mind is fully clean, for example, clean mind, then what will happen? That clean mind is the abode where Ishvara starts manifesting. Now what is Ishvara? Ananda Surupa, Anandamaya Kosha. And therefore, when our mind is absolutely free from any impressions, likes, dislikes, etc., then through that mind, Ishvara, happiness, bliss expresses. This is the meaning. See? Whether you understand or don't understand, try only this thing, be happy. It is okay for you to say be happy, get married and show mar. Maro. Don't justify your miserable friends. We are not miserable because of anything or anybody. We are self-sufficient in miseries are concerned. So, yaya yaya vasanaya tatha avashyameva bhavati na samshaya atra. Therefore, whatever we are expressing, good or bad, Paramatma has to do nothing. He only supports. So, our character, our qualities, they are not influencing the Paramatma. See? Now, if we are to catch this Paramatma that we are, Ishvara, see? Like what? This space is in the temple and toilet. Does the space get influenced? No. Similarly, with our vision we see a red and blue color. Do they get influenced? No. The mind supports good and bad. Mind is neither good and bad. In short, when we transcend the dvandva, the complementary opposites, meaning what? Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo. So when we are functioning in this world, these complementary opposites are of no consequences to us, then alone we are returning back to our divine nature. See? And the moment we come back, only bliss is the experience. See? You know where I learned this thing? I learned it while doing ironing. I like ironing my clothes. Swamiji, we should be clear, isn't it? Otherwise there will be problem. Swamiji, sadhana karo. See? So, I was somewhere and doing my ironing. And one person came, Swamiji, what are you doing? I said, none of your business. No, not that way. Then what way? I just wanted to say hello to you. So I said, what you are doing? I said, look here. Remember, every interaction in this world is our guru if we learn from every interaction. If we don't learn, we are dumb. No, Swamiji, what we have to learn? Experiment is clean my table, dining table, and whatever you have cleaned it, put it in a plate and show me. So very sincerely he did it. Elderly person. I said, now see my lungi. What is on that? There is nothing. I said, you are blind or what? I can't see something. No, there is nothing. Don't you see the wrinkles? Yes, I can. Then why you say there is nothing? Dumb. Then I said, now this is iron, hot iron. I move it. So when I am moving, are there wrinkles? No. So the wrinkles are removed? Yes. Now bring your plate, I'll put the wrinkles there. Why wrinkles are not there? They are removed, isn't it? As you have removed the things from the table, you collect it in the plate. If the wrinkles are removed, why can't you collect them? Swamiji, I will come afterwards. We don't want to learn. See? You have to learn in life. Then only spiritual life is possible. Then I told Lucia, don't go now. Then I told, look here, wrinkles appear do not exist. They have not come from outside. The same cloth is, whatever reason may be, is supporting the wrinkles, and the wrinkles have come from the cloth. And because of these wrinkles, the beauty of the cloth is hidden. Exactly the same way. Ishvara is the cloth. In that cloth, the wrinkles are not coming from outside. So, when we move the iron, wrinkles gone, then inherent beauty of the cloth is seen. Clear? Yes. Now come back to yourself. Our mind, wrinkled, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, frustration, anger. Therefore, the mind is like the wrinkled lungi. But can the lungi exist without the Ishvara or the thread? No. So, when we are moving the iron, removing the wrinkles, what is happening? The non-existing wrinkles disappear. So, they were only appearances, they were not real. Exactly the same way. All the Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, they appear, they are not real. Real is mind. So, mind plus desires, thoughts is a samsari. Mind without desire and thoughts is an instrument through which Ishvara expresses. An expression of the Ishvara is bliss, Ananda. This is what we have to understand. But if the thoughts are confusion, anger, frustration, that will be also supported. Whether the wrinkles are straight or crooked, everything is supported by the cloth. In the same manner, whatever may be, the thoughts all are supported by the same Ishvara. Therefore, it is our responsibility that our mind remains totally free from all kinds of agitations. Then only Ishvara will express through us. Bhagavad Gita is quoted now. In the 18th chapter, Bhagavan says, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. Ishvara, the same what we are studying, Anandamaya Kosha at the individual level and Ishvara at the total level. And totality, individuality has no meaning in the absolute. Totality, individuality is with reference to something. See? This is our individual space, total space. Look at the same thing from the space's point of view. There is nothing like individual space. Only one space wherein walls are erected and individual space is born. So by the birth of this individual space, is it changing in any way? It is the same. Exactly the same way. The truth is one. Ishvara is one. Because we are trying to understand it with reference to our body identification, therefore it appears Ishvara and the Jiva. So this room is the Jiva and the total space is the Ishvara. See? Now if the room is destroyed, what will happen to this total space? Nothing. Therefore, when a candle is burnt, nothing is lost. So, Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati. Now, where is the Ishvara? See, Bhagwan in the 15th chapter says, Mattaha because of me, from me. Smriti, Jnanam, Apohanancha. Four things. Smriti, dream. I support dreams. Jnanam, I support the waking experiences. I support the deep sleep. And I support meditation. Four. Therefore, what is worthy of knowing? See? Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanam cha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedya. So the purpose of studying all the scriptures is only to find out who is this I, aham. Aham eva vedya. Vedya, worthy of knowing. What is worthy of knowing in this world? What is your age? What is your qualification? No need. There is nothing to know about anything in this world. See? So, where is this Ishvara? Ishvara sarva bhutanam hruddeshe. The same word in the 15th chapter. See? Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishtaha hruddeshe. Same the Hruday. Hruday means what? The heart because of which any living being exists. So what is our heart? Because it is moving, we are still there. If it stops, we go. So it is very substratum because of which a thing is a thing. So Ishvara sarva bhutanam hruddeshirjana tishtade. Sarva bhutanam, every being, see? Every essence, whatever it may be, human being, animal, etc. So what is the Hruday Desha now for us to understand as human beings? See, life starts throbbing at this sternum here, where the floating ribs surrender. This is our spiritual heart. And the spiritual heart expresses through us, through this finger. Suppose I want to scold this girl. Will I scold? If you don't listen to me, okay. See? I. And then, see, I told you. Do we say, I told you? Or I told you? Or I told you? Then, I told you. The I here. Hruddesha Arjuna. You know, when a fetus is born, then what happens? The lungs of that newly born, they are solid. And the moment it comes out of the womb, there is open space. So the thoracic cavity expands. The moment it expands, lungs, because they were solid earlier, now they also expand and an empty space is created. And because of that emptiness, air is sucked in. Therefore, breathing in is a passive act. It is not an active act. See? Therefore, Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam hruddeshe arjuna tishtati. Now, whether the child is born normal, abnormal, or born dead, in every condition, Ishvara is there. But in some cases, the instrument is non-functional. So the absence is also supported by the Ishvara and the presence is also supported by the Ishvara. The health is supported by Ishvara, the disease is supported by Ishvara. And therefore, he is or the reality is not influenced by anything. So, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hruddeshe arjuna tishtati. So when we say I, this I, unknowingly we know I is here. Then, Brahmayan sarva bhutani. Then all the bhutani, all the beings, Brahmayan, they are functioning as long as there is the support of Ishvara. Now be attentive. In the dead body, there is no Ishvara, he is there. Then, but the instrument which should be functional is non-functional. Therefore, as much presence is required by the mind, to that same extent, absence is also required, recognized. See? What is this? This is a computer, I know. What is this? This I don't know. So, both presence and absence is supported by the Ishvara, and therefore Ishvara doesn't fall in the purview of presence or absence, but is beyond presence and absence. Is it not our experience? We have the experience that I am. Do we have the experience of I am not? No. Then what is the need to tell that I am? See? We can ask about somebody. Do you know him? I don't know him. Do you know yourself? I don't know. How to answer that? I cannot say I know. I cannot say I don't know. Therefore, Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. Now each and every word is further explained here. Sarva bhutani vijnanamayaha. So what is the Hridaya? Hridaya is the point of I, Vijnanamaya Kosha. See, gross body, Annamaya Kosha is the Ayatanam, house. Pranamaya Kosha is the powerhouse. Manomaya Kosha is the instrument of knowledge. Now the question comes, whose body, whose prana, whose mind? Of course, mine, I. And in the deep sleep, this I is not there. Therefore, all happiness. So if we are able to recognize what this I is, even in the waking experience, we could be happy. So, sarva bhutani vijnanamayaha te hridaye sthitaha. So all these are abiding in the heart, so that is the heart of our being. Don't take the bloody heart. We are talking at the subtle level. Tat upadanam bhutesha tatra vikriyate khalu. So, in this heart, all the beings, the Vijnanamaya Kosha, there the Ishvara is abiding, Bhuteshaha. Now, who is he? Vikriyate. Then from there, he starts supporting all the changes. See? Anger, greed, frustration, achievement, failure, struggle, laziness, dullness, foolishness, everything is supported, because whatever is in your CD or MP3, when you play, that alone will come out. See? Therefore, every thought, good or bad, it is already dormant in us. Nothing comes from outside. Anger, frustration, greed, cruelty, addiction, it's already there. When the right time comes, Ishvara says, okay, go ahead, no problem. So, sarva bhutani vijnanamayaha. Te hridaye, in their heart, sthitaha. So, vijnanamaya kosha. What is the point? This is the point. Now, this we understand. Annamaya kosha is this. Pranamaya kosha, breathing. Manomaya kosha, knowing, mind. See, when you're talking, my mind was going somewhere, I didn't hear. So, mind we understand. Vijnanamaya here. Now, this Vijnanamaya, this example I had given number of times. See, we all have, most likely, 5 fingers. In one of the talk when I was giving, see, there are 5 fingers. One child had 6. Swamiji, I got 6. So keep quiet. So 5 fingers. Now these 5 fingers, if you use, not for eating. So, the small finger is our Annamaya Kosh. Then, this ring finger is Pranamaya Kosh. After marriage only the prana become terrible, isn't it? Pranamaya Kosh. Wedding ring. Really, wedding means what? In Bombay language, Veda means mad. Wedding ring. Before marriage, he was all right. Then that Veda Pana has entered in him. He gets married and becomes Veda. Wedding ring. This is the Pranamaya Kosha. Then this middle finger is the Manomaya Kosha, biggest one. See, these three. The question comes, whose body? My body. Whose prana? My prana. Whose mind? My mind. So these three fellows, they are only instruments. See? Many times we cross somebody and we happen to kick him. Legs don't say sorry. I am so sorry. Who says I am sorry? I. Because that leg was mine. So this I is the owner of these three instruments. The Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya. Now, this I in our case is associated with the mind, and mind is the seat of joy, sorrows. Therefore, if there is a joy, I am happy. If there is a sorrow, I am miserable. Now, through the mind, this I gets identified with the Pranamaya Kosha. If there is a thirst, I am thirsty. If there is a hunger, I am hungry. Then the third state, body. So the I gets identified with the body through the mind and the prana with the body. Then I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old. Body doesn't say I am man, I am woman. Pran doesn't say I am hungry. Mind doesn't say I am happy, I am miserable. They are only instruments. See? Everything is so simple, my friends, not complicated. So, Sarva Bhutani Vijnanamayaha. This is Vijnanamayaha. Te Hridaye Sthitaha. Where they are in this Tarjani. This is our Tarjani. Tarjani means threatening. Tarjanam Yamudutanam. See, Tarjanam. We don't scold somebody, maar dunga tu. No, you can't say like that. Tarjani. So, this ego or I, Vijnanamaya Kosha, or be attentive. Ishvara expressing through the Vijnanamaya Kosha is I. Now this Vijnanamaya Kosha is enfolded in the deep sleep. Therefore, Ishvara supports both the manifestation of the Vijnanamaya Kosha as well as the unmanifestation of Vijnanamaya Kosha. When the Vijnanamaya Kosha is manifested, we become man, woman, young, old. When the Vijnanamaya Kosha unmanifests, Ishvara continues to support even the absence of the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Therefore, Ishvara is supporting waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi, but doesn't get influenced by anything. This is what is said in our scriptures. Spiritual practice is stop reacting, start only acting. Karnataka. So we are seeing no problem. After that, reacting, problems begin. How clear it should be. Then you will see, then you don't have to do sadhana. It happens. Sarva bhutani vijnanamayaha te hridaye sthitaha tatra tad upadanam. So, what is the material cause of that I or vijnanamaya kosha is the matter. Bhutesha certainly becomes. Then because of the conditioning of the vijnanamaya kosha, Ishvara has become I, the Jiva. Therefore, in waking experience, I is 100%. In deep sleep, I is 0%. Because Vijnanamaya Kosha is fully absorbed in the Anandamaya Kosha. There is no separate conditioning through which Ishvara is expressing. Therefore, waking strong ego, dream little ego, deep sleep no ego, because their Vijnanamaya Kosha has submerged in the Anandamaya Kosha. Yesterday also I told you. When you take a mirror, suppose this is a mirror. This is the back side and my side is the front side. So when the mirror is facing outside, what will be reflected? The outer world. When the same mirror is turned up inside, what will be reflected? What is in front? And what is in front? What is, when the eyes are seeing outside, the world will be seen. When you turn the eyes inside, meaning when you close the eyes, then what is inside, that is seen. What is inside? No colors, no forms. Open the eyes, colors and forms. Become extrovert, world is there. Remain introvert, world disappears. Extrovert is Jiva. Introvert is Ishvara. Ishvara supports. Jiva reacts. Vision is supporting colors and forms. I is reacting. See? Sarvabhutani vijnanamayaha te hruday sthitaha tat upadanam bhutesha. The upadan karan of that Vijnanamaya Kosha or the Jiva is this Ishvara. See? And because of that, the things are moving. Now, when a death happens, what happens? When a bulb becomes fuse, what happens? Has anything happened to electricity? Can anything happen to light? Light is not there. How can anything happen to it? So nothing happens to electricity, nothing happens to light. Now third, what happens to the bulb? Nothing. Bulb is still hanging there. See, when a body dies, what happens to Paramatma? Nothing. What happens to Jivatma? Nothing. The light has become fused, gone. Will the bulb, the light in the bulb, after it is fused, goes in search of somewhere, jaun to jaun kahan? Goes nowhere. Then why that bulb became fused? It is neither the fault of the light nor the fault of the electricity, but the instrument through which electricity was supposed to express as light, that instrument became defective. That's it. In the same manner, the instrument through which Ishvara is flowing, Vijnanamaya Kosha, when it has become defective, it becomes anger, frustration, defective. See? The instrument is clean and neat. There will be white light. If the instrument is colored, there will be colorful light. So, what is the responsibility of a seeker? Take care of this Vijnanamaya Kosha. Meaning, take care of that who is respected, who is insulted, who wants something, who wants to avoid something. The Jiva Bhava is to be recognized as be attentive. Man, the filament called the wife, an expression called the husband, light. So electricity, bulb, in the bulb there is a filament, and when electricity flows through the bulb and through the filament, light happens. Now in all this, what is the reality? Only in electricity there is no light. Only in the bulb there is no light. Only in Paramatma there is no ego. Only in Prakriti there is no ego. See? Only in man there is no husband. Only in woman there is no wife. But without becoming husband and wife, they continue to exist. See, friends. So in between, what happens is, husband is born, wife is born. What is the cause? Foolishness. Why foolishness? Foolishness is the cause. Foolishness has no cause. Foolishness is the cause. Slowly, when you start reflecting in this line, then we come to know whatever are the contents of our mind, that alone comes out. Whether the contents are that of love or hatred, the Ishvara or the Anandamaya Kosha has to do nothing. See? Whether the bulb is in front of the Narayana or the bulb is in a toilet, electricity has to do nothing. Therefore, recognize this. It is through this Jiva Paramatma expresses, and Jiva is what? He who is carrying the burden of the Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, and the Anandamaya Kosha. So, this Vijnanamaya Kosha, the ego, the Jiva, is presently identified with the three. So, out of the five, this I is with the majority, three. Naturally, this fellow, Tenga, there is no God. No God. Then, what will be the sadhana? First, we have to get rid of the identification with the gross body. Now, the government is going to fall. Try some more. Then, disidentification with the pranamaya kosha. Then, it is balance. Now we want one more. So, identification with the disidentification with the manomaya kosha. Meaning what? Joy and sorrows do not create a joyful, sorrowful personality. Hunger and thirst does not create crankiness. Mind does not create difference on account of any criteria. When these three things are practiced consciously, we are separating this I, Vijnanamaya Kosha, from the three, and now it is ready to merge, to plunge into the Anandamaya Kosha. This is what is called a Jnana Mudra. The Jnana Mudra is not a snuff mudra. It is not snuff mudra. Therefore, Mauna Vyakya Prakatita Para Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishtante Vasadrushi Avrutam Brahmanishtahi Acharyam Karakalit Chin Mudramananda Rupam Swatma Ramam Mudita Vadanam Dakshinamurti Mide. Discover this self as our essential nature. So, to summarize the whole thing, when experience is not creating an experiencer, we are with Paramatma. When experience creates an experiencer, we are a Jivatma. Can there be simpler spiritual practice than this? You should do Bhasrika. You should do Kapalbhati. Just relax, but don't sleep. Problem is that we are unable. More than you sleeping, see my courage. Yet I talk. Because I am not talking for you. I am addressing my mind. See? In satsanga, those who sleep, next life, they become pillars in the temple. They will be listening to satsang, but pillars. Then many Mahatmas come and go, they remain as a challenge. Try karo. So, recognize this. Thereafter, next step. Yantra rudhani mayaya. So, Hruddeshe Ishvara sarvabhutanam Hruddeshe junatishtrati. Now, what is Hruday? We have seen Vijnanamaya koi Hruday. Thereafter. Dehaji panjaram yantram tad aroho abhimanita vihita pratishuddheshu pravrittir brahmanam bhavet. What was the original slok? Ishvara sarva bhutanam hruddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani. Now what is the meaning brahmayan? Movement. Brahman karna. What is the meaning of that? So first of all, dehaji panjaram yantram. Yantran rudhani mayaya. So what is the yantra? This body is the yantra, the instrument. Then tad aroha abhimanita. So now this jiva, the Vijnanamaya kosha, is now riding on the steed of body identification. See? Yantra rudhani arudhani mayaya. So dehadi panjaram yantra tada aroho abhimanita. Meaning what? Now abhimanita, body identification has happened. Okay. Thereafter what happens? Vihita pradishiddheshu pravrutti. After we are identified with the body, then only the right and wrong activities are conducted. See? In the deep sleep, when we snore, it is neither sin nor merit, neither guilt nor achievement. Because I is not there. See? Otherwise, that husband who cannot dare look even at the feet of his wife out of fear, how can he snore so loudly in deep sleep? Ab husband nahi hu. There is nobody there. So, yantra is our body. Body means not only gross body, everything. Body, mind, sense organs, pranamaya kosha, etc. Arudhani abhimanita, identified. Then, after that, because now the I is identified with the finite, then karma begins. What is the pravritti? Pravritti is getting involved. See? Involved is vihita pratishiddheshu. So, what should be done, that is done. What should not be done, that is also not done or not done. Meaning, involvement in this world happens only after body identification. So, what should we do? Commit suicide? No, you will take another one, another life. Suicide is not the way. Then, remain in the body, but do not get influenced by the relations created by the body. Relations are nothing but only cause and effect. Go beyond cause and effect, or relations die. The world is created only on the foundation of cause and effect. Remember this very simple principle. Bhagavan Shankara says, Vishvam pashyati karya karanataya swaswami sambandataha शिष्याचार्यतया तथैव पितृपुत्राद्यात्मना भेदतः स्वप्ने जागृति वाय एष पुरुषः माया परिभ्रामितः. See? So wherever there is cause and effect, all relations are created. Why you are a husband? Because of my wife. Why you are a wife? Because of my husband. Cause and effect. Anything, relation is only valid only when there is cause and effect. Therefore, after body identification, only relations happen. After body identification, only the possessions happen. So if we are to write our life in one line, what is that? I possess and I relate so many things. That's it. One line. Without reference of the possessions and relations, we have nothing to talk. See? Keep your eyes open. Don't comment on colors and form, but talk. बड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो रहा है यार. वो दिख तो रहे हैं लेकिन बोलो मत, मैंने क्या करूं? Meaning, experience is happening, but experiencer is not allowed to be born. Slowly it happens. Dehadi panjaram yantra tad aroha abhimanita. Then vihita pradishit deshu pravrutti. After that, we get involved. Pravrutti brahmanam. Then we start getting involved with something or start withdrawing. This getting involved in the world or withdrawal from the world is called as brahmanam. So Ishvara sarva bhutanam ruddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani. Brahmayan is what? Yantra rudhani mayaya. In this manner, Ishvara is now reduced to the jiva. And what is the jiva? Identification with the body, the samsara begins. Therefore, my friends, I told you 100 times, only 2 steps on the spiritual path. First is freedom from body identification. Second is freedom from that I am a soul. Beyond that, there is nothing to be achieved or attained. For talking, you require a reference. And if you don't give any reference to your mind, then nothing to talk. And what could be the reference? Absence. Absence of what? Whatever is. What is? Nama Rupa. Name and forms. So, don't talk on these 2 topics. The world will disappear, but you will continue to exist. So, Vijnanamaya Rupena Tat Pravrutti Swarupataha Swashaktya Vikriyate Mayaya Brahmanam Hi. The Vijnanamaya Kosha by itself, it is inert. Like the bulb and the filament in the bulb, by themselves, they have no light. See? But when they are supported by the electricity behind, light comes. No example can be perfect. Electricity can come and go in our wires. Paramatma doesn't come and doesn't go. Therefore, any example you take, it will be incomplete. The only thing could be a pot submerged in the water. So, the water is inside the pot, outside the pot. That inside, outside is valid because we give undue importance to the pot. Suppose that pot breaks. What happens to water? Oh, simple. That pot water will merge with the total water. Even when the pot was intact, was the inner water and outer water separate? No, because the pot was in the water. Exactly the same way, we are in that divine. Inside, Jiva. Outside, world. Both of them controlled by Ishvara. So Ishvara is both in the objective world and in the subjective being. And inside, outside becomes valid because we are too much obsessed with our body identification. Therefore, change the standpoint in life. Instead of holding to the present standpoint, inside, outside. Now just start the other way around, outside, inside. So what will be outside, inside? The other person is shouting at you, and you also shout. There will be a free show for the public around. But instead of that, the other person is shouting at you, and you simply keep quiet. How to keep quiet? Think from his point of view. This person is shouting at me. Why? Because I am earning more money and he is not earning more money. Therefore, he is jealous. If I were in his place, that I was poor and he was rich, I think I would have also done the same thing. Therefore, what he is doing is natural. Then, a wise man will never bark at the dogs. When the dog is barking, no. What we have done? We have changed the standpoint. Whole spiritual life is change your standpoint. And that can change only if we are able to break the barrier of our standpoint. See? This is what real spiritual life is. So, Vijnanamaya Rupena Tat Pravrutti Sarupataha Swashaktya Shaktya Vikriyate Mayaya Brahmanam Hitat. Now, this is a reaction in the world, that is the Brahmanam or the moving, etc. Then Mayaya, what is the Maya? Swashaktya. So, all the faculties have their inherent potentiality. The where from it comes. See? So be attentive. Electricity, bulb, and light. Three things. Paramatma, our organs, sense organs, etc., and the functionality of the sense organs. If the eyes are normal, you can see, but the place what you have to see is in complete darkness. Can there be perception? No. So light is there, eyes are open. Better example, we are in the satsang, ears are open, but we are sleeping. Can anything be heard? And when everybody laughs because of some joke, his sleep is disturbed. Then that person tells, this was a joke. Then everybody is sincere. Only one. See? Meaning what? Our ability is the cause because of which the experiences happen. That ability becomes enlivened by the touch of this Ishvara. Therefore, Swashaktya Vikriyate Mayaya. So the Shakti, the potentiality of Ishvara is able to bring out the various faculties that we are. See friends, electricity has only power. See? And whatever are the instrument through which when it goes, it brings out those faculties. In the same manner, Vijnanamaya Rupena Tat Pravritti Sarupataha Swashaktya Vikriyate. So whatever things are required by the Vijnanamaya, according to desire, action, etc., all the faculties start functioning by what? By the Maya Shakti of the Ishvara. That is called as Brahmanam Hitat. Continuing further, Antarjami iti yuktya ayamevartha shruto shrutaha pruthivyadishu sarvatra nyayam yojatam dhiya. Now, when Ishvara is called as Antarjami, so what we have seen so far, Ishvara is supporting and manifesting in the Vijnanamaya Kosha as I, and this I is thereafter supporting by identification with the Manomaya, Pranamaya, Vijnanam and Annamaya Kosha, and thereafter, depending upon the impressions on the mind, good or bad, the Vijnanamaya Kosha gets identified with the impressions on the mind, and through the gross body, he starts functioning. This is how everything is happening. So he is antaryami. So antaryami iti uktya ayam eva arthaha shrutau shrutaha. This is what is said, antaryami. Therefore, when dirty things are seen, the eyes are not having any sin. When God is seen, eyes don't have any merit. They are just instrument. See, friends, all the good, bad, everything is happening only in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And this happens after identification with the gross body. So, first step, identification with the gross body. Thereafter, somebody is born. Thereafter, that somebody is taken as real. Thereafter, punarapi jananam punarapi maranam continues. See? First, body identification. First, I am a man. Second, get married, husband. Husband is the subtle body, or husband is the jiva. Unless he is a man, he cannot be a husband. Unless he is alive, he cannot be a jiva. Thereafter, body doesn't suffer. Who suffers is the husband or the jiva. And then the jiva takes, this is the reality. But if the jiva understands it properly by study and reflection, then we come to know antaryami iti yuktya ayam eva artha shrutaha. So Paramatma, Ishvara alone is antaryami, and he alone is supporting, controlling everything in this world, whether the outer world or the inner world. Outer world, the five great elements, they are attributes. Space with its attribute of the Shabda, air with its attribute Tanmatra of the Sparsha, the fire with its attribute Tanmatra the Rupa, water its Tanmatra as the Rasa, and Prithvi its Tanmatra as the Gandha. All of them are supported by the same Ishvara. Individuality, he is called as the Anandamaya Kosha. Totality, he is called as the Ishvara, the Creator. They are not two, one and the same. Therefore, the Maya at the totality level and the Anandamaya Kosha at the individuality, they are same. The individual body and the total gross body, Virata Purusha. Individual subtle body and the total subtle body is the Hiranyagarbha. Individual Anandamaya Kosha and the total Anandamaya Kosha is Ishvara. And all of them are superimposed on one reality, the Brahman, which is, with reference to the worldly things, is the material cause. And the same reality, with reference to the individuality, is called as the efficient cause. The material cause is required, but only that is not enough. We require efficient cause to convert the material into some product. Therefore, Ishvara is simultaneously material and efficient cause. When you accept this principle, then alone we can appreciate why in our religion everything is God. Tree, mountains, rivers, everything. See? Therefore, we have no hesitation that the Narayana took the avatar of a pig. What your God is very funny. A pig he became. One person asked me this question, I am telling you. Your God took the avatar of pig. I said, when he can take your avatar, what is the problem? Where is the problem? When your foundation is clear, you can never get confused in life. But our foundation is difficult. If somebody wants to be a good surgeon, what is the first requirement? He should have a doubt-free knowledge of anatomy. See? Otherwise, he goes for operation. What is the problem? What is the name of the patient? Okay. क्या करना है? सर इसकी किडनी निकालिए. किडनी कहाँ होती है यार? See, kidney कहाँ होती है? Will you be able to do it? Therefore, our funda should be very clear. When the funda is clear, thereafter things start happening. See, but our funda is not clear because we are not always available. Prithivvyadishu sarvatra nyayoyam yajyatam dhiya. So the same Ishvara is supporting the objective world as well as he is subjecting the subjective being. Objective world is the upadana karan and subjective world become the efficient karan. On the basis of this, our great friend Duryodhana is quoted. Janami dharmam na cha me pravrittihi, janami adharmam na cha me nivrittihi, kenapi devena hridisthitena yatha niyuktosmi tatha karomi. I know what is right, but I don't know what happens. I know what is wrong, but I don't know why I do that. I think kenapi devena hridisthitena. In my heart there is somebody sitting, some God. And he decides, do this, do that. And yatha niyuktosmi tatha karomi. Therefore, I do right and wrong things, not because I want to do, but somebody is doing through me. See? So what is that? We'll take in our next class. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ